for having us. We love this sport very much. We're very passionate about it, and obviously you guys are the same way. You guys love the sport, love what it's all about, love the way it helps change and mentor young men. And I appreciate you guys doing that over here in Germany and throughout Europe, seeing the sport that we love so much continue to grow and become more and more international, provide more opportunities for more kids. We're just talking about this, I know foosball, soccer is really big over here, and you guys lose a lot of good athletes to it. One thing I love about this sport is this is a spot for every single person. Big, small, fat, skinny, fast, slow, doesn't matter. There's a home on the football field for everybody. And I think that's important that we're able to find those spots. And a lot of my guys are the big and fat ones, and slow ones, but that's okay. You know what? They get an opportunity to play right along with their friends, and that's great stuff. So I appreciate you guys doing that over here and continuing to push it to grow and grow and grow. All right, so I'm going to talk about defensive line techniques and just kind of go through some of our techniques. I got a whole bunch of video and things like that we'll get to. Just want to start with our stance. So we use 3 stances. We probably emphasize the first and last one, the balanced stance and the man-maker stance, more than the jet stance. Coach already alluded to it. We look to stop the run first. So our balanced stance is, and I actually just learned this past year, we like to get our feet about shoulder width apart, so you jump up and down. You got some kids that are naturally kind of duck-footed, aren't they, a little bit? I don't know if you guys see that a little bit. So we'll tell them, point your feet in here, jump up and down, and then as you're coming down, your feet are going to straighten back out. Vice versa, if you're pigeon-toed, you're going to exaggerate this, and as you get set, you're going to come back to that natural position. So you want to look for the feet going straight forward. If anything, toes out just a little bit so you get a little bit more turf, but that's where we want to be. So feet shoulder width apart. We're going to sit our butt down, like you're going to take like on the Vosen die Toiletten or Toiletten on the toilet, okay? I speak ein bisschen German, so Deutsch. So anyhow, like you're going to sit down there, hand comes out, off hands up here and ready. Our jet stance is just a little bit more narrow and a little bit more into a passing situation, and that's a down and distance one that we'll use the jet one. The man-maker stance, this is a goal line stance. It might be a 4-point stance. It is whatever position you need to put your body in to win against the other guy you're going across from. And I think that's one of the things that's often overlooked is sometimes this stance might sound sexy or look great. Guess what? If I'm going to get my tail kicked in every time, I better get into a position where I can create leverage beneath him and strike on the rise. So those are the 3 stances that we kind of look for. I don't have a drill on that, but those are the ones that we kind of get into. All right, reactions, base reactions. Coach kind of alluded to it earlier. Marker? Perfect. All right, we're going to bounce around here a little bit from multimedia here. All right, so we got reads. Coach talked about it, 4 eyes. We call that a 1 on the tackle or guard, so we're in an inside shade of the offensive tackle. And we've got reads to what they're doing, okay? So I'm an inside shade on this guy. The guy who I'm shooting my hands on, that's our pressure read or our feel read. The guy I'm looking at is the sight read. So I'm going to visually key this guy, and I'm going to shoot my hands over here. And I know that sounds hard, and it is hard, and it takes some drilling. You guys only get a couple days of practice. But I think there's a couple drills I'll show you, and I'll keep this thing going so you get to them, where you'll be able to kind of put the piece of the puzzle together and kind of pick some of the best ones. It is possible. They can see that guy and feel this guy. And it doesn't need to be get hung up on this man. If he doesn't want to block me, there's a reason he doesn't want to block me. Okay? Now I'm going to put my hands towards him, and I'm going to feel what's happening there. And I'm going to see what's happening over with the guy who I'm sharing the gap with. So, for example, center, guard, tackle, guard, tackle. Perfect, I can spin them around. All right, This guy's going to be an inside shade here. This is his pressure read. P for pressure. This guy here is his sight read. Sight. On the other side, we play an inside shade here. Same thing. If our nose guard is shaded, one way or the other, whoever he shares the gap with. If he's a 0, we play a different technique. We play more of that man-maker technique, getting off the ball and hitting him in the face. And then you're going to try to read both of them. Okay? And a lot of times we'll play the backside gap after that. But this is where we make all the plays. This is our bread and butter. This is our #1 way to play. So, things that they can do. They can come down, down. All right? That means the ball's probably going outside of you. Okay? They can come cut off, pull, like that. That means the ball's going away. I'm going to follow. They could go out, out. Ball's probably going inside of me. They could go double team. Ball's coming right over top of me probably. Okay, so there's different reactions to it. When we get out of our stance, the very first thing is I say I want us to try to get 2 steps as fast as we can. All right? Offense has 2 advantages. They know where the ball's going, and they know when it's going there. All right? They should take advantage of that. Well, defensively, we got an advantage. Our stance. We know where we're going right at the start. They got to try to hide that, don't they? They're getting their fully balanced stance and all that jazz. Okay? Not us. We got more weight on that hand. We're up on our toes, or on the balls of our feet, not our toes. Up on the balls, up on that fat portion of the foot when we're coming out of our stance. So, they got their advantage, we got our advantage. Our advantage is 2 steps as quick as you can. So we do a drill where we'll go 2-step punch. And we want to go shade hand down, step with that same foot, and try to get the second step down as quick as we can. I tell my guys if we're taking a big, long step, I don't have much balance when I got 1 foot up in the air. I want to keep my feet in the ground. Boom, boom. Okay, just like an offensive lineman in that respect. Right, 2-step punch as quick as I can, and then I'm gonna get some reactions. So if I get cut off, pull, I'm gonna work 2-step punch, and I'm gonna come with an arm over chop and start following that guard. If I get, let's start with the down and down. Down, down, I'm going to press, I'm going to maintain my gap. Out and out. This is a tough one. Out and out. My hands are shooting at this guy. The guy coming out at me, he's got some of my body. I'm not able to protect myself with this outside shoulder. So we treat him just like he's a trapper. We rock back into him, and we're going to give ground grudgingly, just like we would when we get trapped, and I'll show you a drill for that. Double team, we're going to bar stool sit. Okay, we're going to try to occupy 2. Coach alluded to it earlier. Hey, I like to drink a little bit. Herstein, Herstein. My dad always says this is 2 favorite things in life, to the English version. Her as in females, Steins as in Steins the beer. Herstein. So we like to drink a little bit. Bar stool sit. We're going to, hands on our pressure read, we're going to pull him into our sight read. We're going to stick our butt right into him, and we're going to try to occupy both. If this guy chips off, we'll come back and try to open back up into the hole. To be honest, I want them to occupy 2. If it takes all 5 of these guys to block these 3, we're winning in the numbers game, aren't we? We've gained numbers. Now our linebackers are running free. I would love that all the time. Doesn't always happen. If it takes 2 here, this guy's single blocked, that's great too. Okay? Now you got 1 guy ready to make a play, 2 linebackers ready to make a play behind it. So, our defense will look something like this. Backer, 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 backer. Okay? We run an odd front. When we go to our even front, our reads don't change. Are they as effective in the even front? To be honest, no. Okay? And we give up some things with it. We give up a down block and so on. But when we're in this set, and I push Coach more and more to stay in this as much as I can, don't I? Coach Thorne over here is our defensive coordinator, and I'm constantly saying, let's just run 1 no shade or some version of it, because the reactions can take you to the ball, and like I said, I coach the offensive line. to me, this inside shade on the tackle is the hardest thing to block, especially when you're running power, even if you're running some type of inside zone scheme. All right, so got one of that, split the double teams, close on trap. You know, big thing is when you don't get trapped, the other reaction you get is out block, down block. Nobody's blocking me. I close to the ball to take on the trap. No trap appears, I take the veer back. Okay, and then we have one other call for the veer back. I know you guys don't see a lot of options, so I won't get hung up on it. And then as you're off those first 2 steps, you get a high hat, you can convert into pass rush, and I got a couple drills for that. All right, 6-point punch. Medicine ball, so we start on our hands and knees, full hip explosion, create speed with the hands. We've done it 2 different ways, with the medicine ball and then on the sled, so video. All right, with the medicine ball, coming from the ground. The reason why the agile pads are here, these pads right here, is because I want them to land on their belly. I want to see the hips open all the way up. That's just a cushion for them because our guys are soft. They've been pampered their whole life. Mom and dad have driven around everywhere. They're, you know, soft like bread. Okay? So they got that there to land on. All right, hip explosion and extension, that's what we're looking for. So we should see the hips open all the way up, and we want to see them put speed with the ball. Got a bunch of reps of this. I'll go through them pretty quick. This kid right here, you know, he's an excellent football player, and you can see why. Look at the hip extension. That's fantastic. Hands are playing with him above his head. Now, when I say that, we want to play with our hands above our head. That doesn't mean stand up and do this, and you're going to get tuned up that way. We mean right here. You know, I'm down here, okay? That's what I mean. So, hands are above his head. They're coming out there. Look how fast the ball is coming. This kid's playing at Notre Dame right now, the University of Notre Dame. So, anyhow, great hip extension, great throw, obviously throwing it fast, okay? Great angle. Just want to point that out. Obviously, he's one of the better ones. All right, full strike on the pad. We go full strike in the pad. We're looking, now we're going to add not just throwing something, now there's going to be something there that we're going to have contact with. And we want to see the pad recoil in. So this is taking on the full man. This would be like a man maker position off this. And usually we'll do 3 reps, bam, bam, bam. 3 in a row. Here's it from the side. Now, red shirt, the red means that they're underclassmen. So this is like, you know, 3 years from being a starter. This would be 4 years from being a starter. Usually a gold shirt is a kid that's a starter. Those are most of our upperclassmen, seniors, 18-year-olds, okay? These other kids are 17 and 16 and 15 and things like that. So full extension, coming through fast. This guy in the middle is pretty good. Red shirt's too close to the pad. I didn't look for the best ones. These are just all the clips. So there's gonna be some coaching points in here. I might be yelling it at them because I'm the one taking the video. I don't have a GA or anything. I'm their GA, I guess. All right, graduate assistant, they're bitch, I guess. All right, that's the best way to describe it. So, you know, I tell the red shirt he's too close because I don't want to see, it's not a bench press. If anything, it's more of an incline bench or a shoulder press. And on that note, we were talking to some guys, and I don't mean to digress, you know, the weight room stuff. The weight room is so big, and I know that's something you guys are working on trying to get into more and more. Is this correct? All right, so I help our strength coach constantly in the weight room, and we do some of the world's strongest man stuff outside, flipping tires. I think that's really great for the hip extension, lifting and flipping a tire. We do tons of power cleans from the ground, that one, okay? We do a whole bunch of those, and then we do some bench press, squats, things like that. But the 2 big ones, if you guys are only able to get your players in there once a week, I would try to teach them the power clean or do some version of it, dumbbell jump squats, something to create this hip explosion. All right, to me, for an offensive line coach, defensive line coach, this hip explosion here can really change the game for you, can really change the game. You incorporate that with some other exercises, that's even better, but if you only got 1 day, I would highly recommend that. So, and I'd be happy to, if anybody wants to chat more about strength and conditioning afterwards, it's a big passion of mine. I'm a big fan of it. So, guy in the middle here, the guy at the arrow here, he's got nice extension of the hips. See how his hips disappear behind the blue shirts? That's because he's bringing his hips all the way through. That's what we want to see. All right, now we're working half the man. Thumb up. Thumb up. We try to keep elbow in. I'd say his hand is a little bit too much like this. I like to see just a little bit more, but the thumb is up, isn't it? We don't want to go thumb down. We have no power here. We turn it in. Now we engage our lats, our back muscles, and we can create more power. The hooks. Yeah, see your back doing that? We're big into double underhand lifts, things like this. From an offensive, it translates just to defense. Same thing. Thumb up. If you try it with your kids ever you tell them, hold your hands out like this. And you get a partner and you have them pushing down. It takes little to no effort. You turn your thumbs up, it engages the lats. It engages more of the posterior, the back. The back is engaged more. Front delts, some of these things. And now you're much more powerful, okay? You're much more sturdy. So thumb up, half the man. We work sternum and shoulder on half the man. So we go right down the sternum, other hand on the shoulder. So with this, you can kind of see him doing it. This is one of our starters. He's one of our better players here. He's got sternum, shoulder, eyes are looking left to his sight read right now. I like to see him looking more. The helmet stripe is usually a dead indicator. It's looking slightly left. He's bullshitting the drill, okay? And I'm probably yelling at him, but should be looking left, okay? So we come with 3 reps of this, okay? And then we are going to work into the right. 1, 2, 3, okay? And then we add in a chop from the knees. So imagine doing the same drill, punch, and then chop off into that gap. So he does his punch right here. I should be looking this way more. This is a really good one right here, by the way. I got that. See how his hips are all the way flexed, his butt's flexed? That's what you want to see. And then he's ready to chop off into that gap. So you go left hand chop or arm over. It's not a swing, all right? It's a chop. All right, so 3-point chop. So now take this drill, and now we're doing it from our feet. We're adding the feet in, okay? Works on first two steps. So that 2-step punch I talked about at the beginning, if you don't know, if you can't read because you're new at it, do a 2-step punch and own your gap. 2-step punch and then figure it out. If you do that low and hard, usually you're in a good position to make a play. And then we got the punch into a chop and then a punch into a rip crossface, and you'll see both those drills. All right, but if you cannot read, first 2 things to do, 2-step punch and then own your gap. I tell this to my kids all the time. If you don't know, be patient. Just stay there, maintain your gap until you figure it out. What we don't want, and Coach alluded to it earlier, what we don't want is guys doing this. Running upfield. And anything other than a pass play. We want to be, not like this, we want to be a giant moving wall at the heel depth of the offensive lineman. So you want to defeat their block, get right behind their heels, and then be ready to move sideways, one way or another, okay? So you want to be a giant moving wall. So back to this. 2-step punch. That's what we're working on here. 1, 2. This kid's got a great first 2 steps. And see how short they are? They're not big steps. 1, 2, quick. That's great. Doesn't quite get his hips extended all the way though, does he? All right, look at the other guy. This guy's got better hip extension, okay? I like to see him play longer here, okay? This kid here who had a good hip extension, see how his helmet's on there? We don't need that right now. We want to create this force here. If the helmet makes contact, hey, that's fine. You know, shit happens, stuff happens, that's no big deal. Okay, things happen, but we want to try to get in here and rock and punch. Okay, so we got that one a couple times. Very next drill that we do is, now we're going to add a chop. Punch, 2-step punch, step, and then same leg that we're chopping with, we want to have that foot step, or same arm. So it's 1, 2, and then these 2 go together. 3, okay, 1, 2, 3. And I might go left here to create a little bit of separation for that chop. 1, 2, 3, left, chop. Same arm, same leg is always the best. You're going to create more force that way. It's like a boxer. I tell my kids, both offensive and defensively. It's good. I coach football, wrestling, and track. So I coach year round, and there's a lot of carryover from sport to sport, okay? So you never see a boxer punch like this, do you? They're not going backwards, or they're not, what is it? They're not just standing there punching flat-footed. No, you see what? Them step and punch, don't you? And boxers, you actually see step and punch, and you get that rotation here, the arm down, don't you? They're trying to connect all the way through here, and that's how they get the boxer fractures. Offensive, defensive linemen, just the opposite. We're going to connect through this bone all the way to here. Punch. Boom, punch. And we're going to connect right through that rod to drive that power. So boom, right there. All right, so now we're going to add in a chop. Two-step punch, chop. See the swim down there at the end? He's a red shirt, isn't he? Yeah, he don't know yet. He has no idea. He came up for the playoffs, he doesn't know. We don't want to swim. We want to get here, chop, arm over, quick, quick. We come here, we're open, okay? Arm over, chop. This is just things that I found that work for us. So two-step punch, chop, and now we're falling off to our gap. Their eyes should be looking at their gap. Okay, they take another rep at it. Oh, now we do add rip, cross, face. So they went punch, chop, rip, cross, face. Two-step punch, rip, cross, face. This is great here. You see how his shoulder turns? He's leaning into it. So, technique for this. And we go through it slower, and I'll play it again slow for you, rather than me walking through it. All right, so he's going to go two-step punch, right, left, good. Right foot is going to step like he's trapping, I tell him. So carry over that offensive line technique to defense. Okay, you get, a lot of guys play both ways, don't they? Yeah, some? Okay. Play offensive line and defensive line. So we want to have carryover from drill to drill. So when he's opening up here, he's opening this foot up like he's trapping. He's going to lean into him with that left shoulder and rip cross face. Come underneath and rip. And I know old school is grab grass and this and that. Hey, that's great. I tell him lean and get beneath. Okay, get lower than him. You know, emphasize grab grass. That's great too. Lean and get below. All right? So you can see that lean that he's got, can't you? All right? You got a nice lean there. So two-step punch, nice lean right there, ripping cross face, and then he's going to settle back into that gap again, square, isn't he? He's square. He's not turned one way or the other way. He's not getting upfield. Hell, he's going to run into a fence or run off of a wall. Okay? Right up there at a cliff. Okay? So he's back to square. He's back to square. This guy's a converted linebacker. I hate how high he is. Turned out he's a good player for us, but not great in that situation. So one more time just from there. That rip cross face. And you got to work your ass off on it. And we start that one, I'll call it out. I'll say two-step punch. They'll freeze. And I'll say open, rip. And I'll use verbal cues to get them through it the first couple times. And then I speed it up. All right, two-step punch, open, rip. Two-step punch, open, rip. Okay? Or two-step punch, step, chop. Two-step punch, step, chop. Okay? And I'll go through it slow at first on the verbal cues, and then you speed it up to more game type of situation. The rip cross face doesn't always need to be fast. If I get that down and down, what am I doing? I'm maintaining my gap. Right? That is my gap. I'm maintaining it until the ball has declared. What do we mean by when the ball declares? So I'll do one here. I get down on the nose. Here comes the running back. Running back's pressing here. I'm maintaining my B gap, aren't I? I need to, because that's where the ball could go. Until the ball starts doing that. Once it gets to here, or gets stacked up behind him, and now we face guys like John Kelly, who's at Tennessee and stuff like that, really terrific football players. And it's pretty darn tough, man. You know, you rip cross face when you think you're sure that he's cutting it back. Hey, you know what though? Good for them, they're good football players. This should work against 90% of the guys, and a lot of times it's pretty safe. All right, so I don't rip cross face until the ball is out here. Okay, to the ball is stacked behind him, really. I want to stay inside leverage until he goes out. And then I'm pursuing from inside out. Okay? So that's, you can be more patient on the rip. All right, this guy here plays defensive end or outside linebacker for us. When we go into our four-man front, he joins me and he does a lot of these drills with us. Okay? He's doing a great job. Quick 2 steps. Look at the angles. Hands are above his head, aren't they? Thumb could be up a little bit more, but not bad. Eyes are looking left to the inside. Excellent. He's in a good position to make a read and make a play. Look at the red shirt here. He's going to be good. This kid is not a bad athlete. He's going to be good. He just doesn't know any better. Look how giant that first step is. Do you see any of these other guys with their feet that close to the pad? No, because I've chewed their ass out all season about taking too big of steps. Slower, less steps, smaller steps. You know, get on them. Okay, you got to let them know. This kid here doesn't know yet. All right, but he will next year. He'll get it right. All right, so guy down here at this end, pretty darn good. Great extension with the hips. This big guy over here is about 2 meters tall and 150 kilograms. I think that's 6'6", 300 pounds. Is that about right? Okay, so he's a pretty good sized kid. Helmet's beneath it. He's playing with leverage. He can play a little bit, we say play long. He's long. He could get longer with this arm, more extension here. Okay, but not bad, not bad. So they're going to do all three. They're going to go punch chop, then punch rip, chop. All right, his chop could have been a little bit more over, but not bad. Because really, if you think about that offensive lineman, he's shooting his hands. They're going to be right down there in your chest. You don't need to come up higher at the chop. It is arm over, arm over. You know, and then we play teams that they hold. I don't know if they're coached to hold, but they hold. Okay, and so you don't bitch about it. You just got to react to it. So he's holding me here. I go with my arm over. I can't seem to break it. We'll go punch through, elbow through, come back like that, like you're sawing on a log. So arm over, he's holding me, I'm trying to get off, punch through, back. One thing's going to happen. If he's going to let go, he's going to hurt his arm. Okay? So kind of carries over into that one. So arm over, chop. Now this is the rip crossface. 56 messes this up. He comes with the chop crossface, doesn't he? Go back on that. There you go. All right, let that loop a couple times. He comes with the chop. I don't like it as much, but you know, it's not terrible. 64. You know, he's a kid that played a level below than what we coach, but he came up for the playoffs. Nice kid. First year playing football, actually. So it might be comparable to some of your guys. First year playing football. Didn't play a whole lot for us, but you can see he understands the technique. He's going to be able to put himself into position and maybe be able to play for us eventually. So now it's going the other way. Two-step punch, chop. Please let me know when I got maybe 15 minutes left because I'll speed up and go.
Right now.
Right now?
Right.
Oh, shit. All right. Scheiße. All right. Sorry, I get fired up about this. All right, we'll go faster through these. So you guys get the three-step punch. Shuffle squeeze. All right, from inside out, four eye. I talked about all that stuff over there. All right, great drill, taking on the trapper or the out-out block. Pressure read, sight read. Okay, out. Now he's going to stay square, good. He's shuffling in to take on the trap. Great angle, taking on that trap or the out block. He's staked into the ground. He's going to give ground grudgingly at that point. Okay? Now he does it the other way. Great. Okay? Defensive tackle. We call this a Raven technique because I got it from the Baltimore Ravens. Of course, the internet would slow down now. All right, Raven technique. So now this guy's an outside shade working this. Okay? All right, outside shade. He's riding him down. He's playing long. He's going to come in there and take that trapper on too. Shoulders are back to square, shuffling in, taking it on. He's not staked as much. I don't like it quite as much at the end, but not bad. All right, we'll skip that one. Iowa drill. Got this from the University of Iowa, hence the name Iowa. All right, so this is going to be working that rip crossface versus zone, rip underneath, rip and crossface, working back to that square, shuffling down the line. All right, and then we'll do a chop one of those. You know, we'll hit them up from all angles. Okay, right there, good shoulder turn. All right, man maker. All right, one of my favorite drills. All right, short yardage situation, great for offense and defense. Terrific drill here. Let's get a good one in. Yeah, I know. All right, man maker drill. We'll just talk about it, let it play. All right, while it's loading, man maker drill. Helmet beneath. You want to get the helmet beneath and win, okay? They're just going to keep on doing them again and again. You just go right down the line doing this. Helmet beneath and drive him off the ball. Like to get hands underneath and start lifting and pressing him in. Elbows in, thumbs up. Some people call it the, what do they call it? The Nebraska drill, or they call it all types of stuff. This is what we call it, okay? Man maker. So we're man maker, we're trying to knock him off the ball. Okay? short yardage situations, you gotta be able to win those, don't you? Nobody likes stop, 3rd down and 2, guy knocks your ass off the ball, they win, don't they? They're going on to play 4 more downs. All right, so you got to find guys that can win this one. All right? All right. Next drill, chop, club, tackle. So this is a little bit of a tackling drill, a little bit of a cut block drill also. Okay, while it's coming up here, we'll just let it play as it comes up, that's fine. All right, so they're gonna go punching on a one man. He's gonna work a chop, club past the dummy, rip. So now he's worked both things, hasn't he? Chop, rip. He's worked both techniques. And then we're gonna work down onto a agile pad, working for the cut block. And it's a great thing to get them to pursue down the line. All right. If it comes up, that's the drill. There we go. This kid was a good defensive tackle for us. I think he does a pretty nice job with it. Oh, man. Note to self, download presentations. So here he goes. Comes off the ball. He's going to get a punch. I like to see him get more of a chop there. I think the other guy's rep was better, but I skipped it. Club, and then he's going 1 foot in each one.
Jay left the office.
Come on, yeah. All right, you got the same exact drill. Now we're going to work a rip. So again, it's going to be the punch on there, okay? And instead of going the chop to start, now we're going to rip cross face, club, and then rip back under 2 guys. So rip cross face, rip cross face. We use that on the down block and the down block. Now convert over to this right now with the tight end. So visualize this. Right here, I got tight end. I got down, down with the tight end. I'm going to rip cross face, and I'm going to rip cross face as the ball continues to bounce. All right, ball goes outside me, I rip cross face. I get a second down block. They could be trying to double team me, but they don't have good angles, do they? Me being a 4-eye, then I rip cross face again. So down block, down block, down block, rip cross face, rip cross face. That's basically what that drill turns into with the agile pads. The internet guy? Should just use my computer here. Mine was working good. There it is. There's a good one. Back in business. All right. Let this one play a couple times. Then he gets to fit up with the tackle. We got a little pad over there for the guys again. All right. Rip claw. That's the rip. So rip. All right, now we're going to work a stab technique, which is a long arm technique. Coming around the hoops. Whole bunch of hoop drills here. So we can go long arm with that stab on the hoop. What I like about these hoop drills are, is that bad up there? Yeah. What I like about the hoop drill is it's a great way to get started before practice. So, for example, these guys are all getting their mascara on, the defensive backs, they're powdering their nose, checking, make sure they smell good. Well, they're there doing that shit. We're outside getting work on these hoops all the time, offensive and defensively. Get out to practice before everybody. Let's try to get some reps in. So we'll do a bunch of things. Because I'm worried about the internet, we'll just let this kind of play. But if you can visualize this, we do a stab. We go just on air. Then we do a chop. Okay, and it's great. You can go to that OBI, okay, the hardware store. You just go get yourself some of the sprinkler pipe, connect it together, and there's your hoop. Okay, no need to get fancy. We're ballers on budgets over at Harrison, I guess. We definitely we try to build stuff ourselves and do it as cheap as we can. Coincidentally, they dual as shot put and discus rings in the spring. Stab with the chop, ice pick back to the inside. We'll spin back to the inside when we get too far, if we get too far field. Another way to do it, is not the ice pick, but will rip under. So go stab, chop, rip underneath. I like the stab. I hate the wind up with this hand. The left hand wind up I don't like, and I yell at him about it all the time. Special kid, love the kid, but he's gotta get rid of that. All right, so he's gonna chop through. This guy over here is gonna punch through. This guy comes rip through, the other guy's gonna punch, like a chop through. So it can work either way. But we're going cross face when we get to QB depth. So you got contained. So stab. You got a hoop strip drill in. No, don't start this with me now. Hoop strip drill. Now we're going to add in a quarterback back there passing. You go high hand strip. Okay, so secure the tackle, high hand strip. And then we'll have the tackle or the quarterback scramble off of this also. So I'll be back there coordinating them. So everyone scrambles the same way for the sake of not running into each other. Right here, we're just learning how to strip. Okay, arm comes around, that's a crap one. It's good that one loaded up. Oh, this should be a good one. Come around with the backside chop, strip. High hand strip. So the hand closest to the line of scrimmage is securing the tackle. High hand's coming with the strip. And then we'll add the quarterback scramble off of that also. See what's going on. All right, 2-on-1s. So probably one of this is 2-on-1 pass rush. We do 2-on-1s where we'll work those reads in just pods of 2 guys and 1 guy. So here we go. Here's a couple of them. We'll go into these pods where we'll work these reads. So it'll be just, you get a couple of them, let's let this one read go and go again. You get just these 2 guys here working all these blocks. Pressure read, sight read. Out, taking it on. Double team here. He's trying to barstool sit and occupy 2. Pull, cutoff. He wants to follow. So you break it down in there. So if you're going to start, you start the 6-point punch, you go to the rip cross face, chop, okay, all that stuff, and then you go to your 2-on-1 reads. So now they're actually doing it on a person. Then you go to your giant drill where you have 5 offensive linemen, 3 defensive linemen. Then you go to inside drill, which Coach Thorne will talk more about. Then you go to your team, and then it should translate to the field. That's the whole goal, is having it scaffold up and up and up. How much time do I got?
5 minutes.
5 minutes, excellent. All right, let's get to some film clips, because I think that we'll get a lot more out of that Iowa drill. God dang. Go next. All right, here we go. Some film clips. And I've got some of these. Those are just all the drills that we kind of went through. So some of these, this is actually from the state finals last Saturday. All right, one of our very few good plays. It was a close game, but these guys were huge. Coach already alluded to that. A couple of the tackles were 2 meters tall and 150 kilograms, big boys. All right, out now. This guy, the defensive tackle on the top side is playing this really good. All right, what's the downfall of it? He's getting pushed off the ball. He should create a pile, first of all. Even though it's just one guy blocking him, if you're going to get knocked off the ball, go down right there or shed the block, one or the other. But he's playing it tough, trying to maintain his gap, isn't he? That's the good thing. Now, the guy he's going across from is committed to Penn State, really big university, okay, excellent football team, and the guy's humongous. Our guy, 220 pounds. Not a bad sized kid, but hard to compete with 330. All right, backside, however, we get a guy running the hump, number 34, runs the hump really nice, runs over the top as I call it, ball's going away, and look at the nose guard. He's going to occupy 2. You get 2 guys down on top of him. He's creating a pile. So you get a little bit better of a shot of it from the end zone. Nose guard right here, occupying 2. Takes out 2 offensive linemen, doesn't he? That's good. Leaves one of our linebackers free now. All right? They got 5 of their guys blocking 3 of ours. Okay? So linebackers should be free. All right. Down here, maintain your gap in the double team. So we got a guy maintaining his gap. 54 does a decent job of that. Okay? This guy right here maintains his gap. All right? And then we got the same thing on the inside with the nose guard. All right, we got the BGO drill. I didn't get into this one, but this is one of my favorite drills. We'll just have the guys simply line up 3 deep here. I'll snap and I'll point one way. I'll snap and I'll point the other way. And all they're going to do is come out of the stance, 2-step, and then shuffle and react one way or the other. So this is a good demonstration of that. And I like how flat this kid plays to the line. about a yard too much for my liking, but he's there, isn't he? He's able to pursue flat down the line. This number 54 on the top side, this guy right here. Flat down the line, excellent, okay? This is one of our hoop and chop, 34 on the back side, come with a chop, arm over, starts running that hoop, tight, arm over chop. Misses the guy in the chop, but because he's already beat him, he's already around the corner with his feet. But the hand was ready to chop him off. All right, down on the goal line, Maymaker positions. Okay, guy takes him on low. That's what you got to do. Create leverage. These guys, we stop them down here. This is great. Coach talked about earlier, getting all the hats to the football to the all the guys on defense to the football. Let me skip through here, show you a couple tracks. All right, so here's us taking on traps. So guys gonna not get blocked. Down, rip cross face, foul guard, and take on a trap. So this guy over here is not gonna get trapped. He's not gonna get blocked. So as we, up here, is this the counter play? All right, pull, backside guard pulling, guy's gonna follow it flat, make the tackle. That's what we wanna get. We get the down, we get a double team on the front side, but it's out and out. More so than that, he's a little quick to rip cross face in my opinion. Nose guard should have been there also to make the play, but the big guy that's going to Notre Dame I talked about did a nice job there. All right, this one here is a pass rush. All right, hands up on quick pass. We talked about that. And we talked about not jumping. 2 minutes? Let me know we're all done. We're over 2 minutes. Okay, last thing I'll end with is we talk about this. You know, if this is my projector right here, okay? If I jump right here, I can make a pretty big impact on that, can't I? All right, make a much bigger impact, don't I? If he's trying to pass the football, I don't want to jump. I want to continue to close this angle and get hands up, okay? I'm better chance of knocking the pass down. Now, I know J.J. Watt and all that stuff, he times it up nice, but that's the idea. All right, time's up. I know you got the computer next. Good luck with the internet. All right.